right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley's over yonder. It's is it Thursday already?
Yes, it is.
Wow. Days
Holiday
seem to be
shortened
going by
week.
quickly as we head headlong into 2019. I am, I'm starting to feel the effects of the government shutdown. I really am.
Yeah, I could tell. We
Well,
all are.
seriously, last night I'm watching,
It's been a
which I
rough
rarely
cross to
do.
bear.
What?
It's been really rough.
Well, I'm watching the news last night, and I'm like looking at the National Mall and all this other stuff, and the garbage all piled up and things like that. That's disgusting. That's terrible.
What?
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 Awful.
Honestly, dude, it hasn't really impacted anybody. No, but I don't know one person who said, you know what? Damn, if the government doesn't open soon, oh shit, what am I gonna do?
Wait, all
Oh,
right.
same thing I've been
Language,
doing every.
language, test,
Same
test,
thing
test.
I've been doing. Oh, shut up. Same thing I've been doing every day.
Well, I
Just
get
go
it,
to work.
but
Just go to work. Crank it out.
there's
We're fine.
millions of people out there that are not getting paychecks.
You know what? They are
Yeah.
going to get paid. They're not going to lose a single dime. This is basically like a savings program.
But
Because once the government shutdown ends, they get all that money. Not only do they get all that money
right,
back, they get the 401k, whatever they may or may have possibly lost their 401k. They
tell
get
that to the
too.
cable company though.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing.
They want their bill
Government
paid
jobs,
now.
That's part of the risk. You take a government job, this can happen. But you know how much the average government employee makes?
I know.
About twice what the average American makes. So now some make more, obviously, some make less. And I'm not saying that a government shutdown is a great thing. It's not. But it's not that big an issue. And
Okay.
one of the things we're starting to realize, I think, with the 60 to 70% of the government that's working, maybe that's what we need. Maybe that's just what we need. Maybe we don't need more than what is currently being used right now. I could be wrong on that. I'm open to being wrong, but
Okay.
no, but I don't know. I don't see anybody screaming or hollering or really, shaking a fist saying we need to reopen this thing. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how long this keeps going on. And you want me to? Because this segues perfectly into the first story.
I'm
And
waiting.
This will be the last story that I do on this until the government reopens again.
Okay.
Nearly 2 weeks in, President Trump said the partial government shutdown will continue, quote, for as long as it takes to secure funding for a wall on the southern border. No resolution emerged from a bipartisan meeting on Wednesday. The meeting was cut short over disagreements on funding for that wall. So once again, we're going to see who, if they're both going to dig in, if somebody's going to blink, I don't know. But once again, I don't really care.
Okay.
I'm not shedding a tear. New York City has joined a growing number of cities and states that allow people to choose a gender-neutral marker on their birth certificates. Mayor Bill de Blasio signed the measure into law on New Year's Day. That will allow any resident to change their gender without a doctor's note. You can choose between male, female, or just put an X.
Wow.
And I think it's fine. You know what? If you're an adult and you decide you want to identify as a man or woman, whatever, I don't really care. But if you're doing that on birth certificates for your kids already before they get an opportunity to decide, you know what? Yeah, maybe I'll go that route. Most aren't going to.
Yeah.
But you want to throw that in right away? Not a good idea.
You would X out, wouldn't you?
What am I? What am I today? I don't know what I am today.
You'd X
I'm
out.
so confused.
And that's totally
I
cool.
would-
I'm all right with it, man.
I don't care. Like I said, I think it's one of those things that people look at as some landmark piece of legislation. No, nobody cares.
Yeah, to some people it might be.
Honestly, though.
Honestly,
This
to
is-
some people it
we
probably
really
is
need.
landmark
We
legislation.
don't really. This isn't a real. I hate issues that aren't real issues.
Well,
I'm
to some
really-
people it is a real issue.
But it's not the thing. It's a tenth of 1% of people have this condition, whatever you want to call it. And this is another thing I'm open to being wrong about. But don't we have other things, other bills, other measures you can enact that may impact everybody?
Yeah, but this is what's important to them.
But this is really, really important to who?
To them.
Who? If you're if you're a man identifying as a woman, What difference does? Oh, let me ask you this:
Okay.
You've got a kid. You've got a kid, and you've decided you are not going to put a gender on them, or you're going to have them identify as the opposite sex, whatever. That kid goes missing. How do you identify? How's he going to be identified?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just think,
I would
like
love
I
to be
said,
able to answer that question, but I can't.
if you're an adult and you want to identify, you're a man, you want to you're identifying as a woman or vice versa,
Yeah.
that's perfectly fine. If you're a parent and you're doing this to your kid before the kid is, when the kid is, that's stupid.
Okay.
That's dumb. All right. What else is going on? City of Muskegon Heights has adopted its 2019 fiscal budget. Budget includes a balanced general fund and money for ongoing road repairs. City is projecting a surplus of nearly
Nice.
$119,000. So we'll see where that money goes. Okay? Let's put you as mayor of Muskegon Heights.
Okay.
What do you do with that extra $119,000?
I couldn't tell
Andy
you what to
O'Reilly,
do
Mayor
with that.
Andy O'Reilly.
I will say this though. I couldn't tell you what to do with that specific amount of money. I don't know, but I will say that things in Muskegon Heights right now are going in the right direction because the right people are in place. Jake is very smart. He's a great guy. Jake Ekholm. Mayor Kim Sims is really smart. She is really doing great things over there, and everything seems to be going in the right direction. So to see a budget surplus in Muskegon Heights is remarkable and good for them. That's just an amazing thing to see, and it's it gets into the whole image thing of everything that you hear and see, and it gets talked about in Muskegon and the general area.
Right.
Our fight continues. It's not what you hear and see and is reported outside of our community. Things are good here and getting better.
When you think about it, and I was thinking about this in what you're doing with the Positively Muskegon thing, which is great, and I think it's what needed to be done, obviously. But if you think about it, when it comes to the news cycle and reports of things, almost everything is negative all the time, regardless of the city. Whether you're talking about Grand Rapids, whether you're talking about Holland, whether you're talking about Kalamazoo, they're dealing with they're finally getting this guy who murdered those people a few years back. That's finally going to trial. What took this long, who knows? But I mean, it seems like everything, and maybe it's just because of this 24-hour news cycle, we're beaten over the head with it over and over and over and over again. But you don't find a whole lot of good news stories really anywhere.
That's what people seem to gravitate to, and that's what seems to sell. Now, I'll tell you this, even to take it even a step further, I have had people come up and tell me that my style of quote-unquote reporting should change. I'll sit down and I'll talk to somebody for 5-6 minutes, maybe even up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
And I've had people come up to me and say, can't you just knuckle them down to 3 minutes? And, my response too is, either on Positively or on the Muskegon channel, my response to them is, you know what? I took the time to bring a camera. I took the time to set this interview up. This person has a story to tell. And this person has a project that they've done or they are passionate about or something that they're involved in. And it matters. What they're doing counts, okay?
Right.
I'm not going to go to all this effort to just show up, get 2.5-3 minutes of blah, 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 blah out of them and then be done with it. There is room for somebody to sit down and have a conversation with somebody. I've literally had people come up and go, Can't you just get the videos down to 2 minutes? Wouldn't that be better reporting? No. I don't think it would be better reporting. I'd rather find out a little bit about my neighbor. I'd rather find out a little bit more about their situation. I'd rather make them feel comfortable and get the story out of them in a little bit longer time.
Don't you, to that point, don't you think it's story dependent though? Like if you got something that's really, really super interesting and like a long form interview with somebody that's got a lot of good content and you don't really need to cut anything, you let that roll. And then maybe some of the other stories you cut back to a few minutes and you edit. I mean, have you thought, I'm just saying.
I thought about it, sure.
I take credit.
But I also think too that let's flip it around. Let's say we're still on the radio.
Okay.
let's say I get your ass out of bed at 6 o'clock in the morning. I need you at the radio station at 7:30 to come in and talk about your whatever. You make the effort of getting up, getting ready, getting around, facing your day. You're starting off an hour and a half early. You got to do all this other stuff. You come into the radio station. I talk to you for 2 minutes and send you right back out the door.
Yeah.
Is that worth your time?
It all depends. Did I get what out there what I wanted to get out there? And it's not about me. When it comes to, I look at it from the radio, or I look at it from the from an interest perspective.
Right.
I don't care about the effort it takes to do it. I don't care at all about that. Is it a good product? Do you have good content there? If you got good content, great. If the content isn't interesting or it's a little long-winded, I don't care. I don't care how much effort you put into it. That doesn't make it suck less. That's the way I look at it. Now, I'm not saying some of this stuff sucks. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is you may have a lot of content, and maybe with some of it, if you're having a lot of people come up to you, I'm not saying you're having a lot. I don't know.
No, it's not a lot.
It's
been suggested.
But have you taken some of those suggestions and thought maybe with some of this, maybe condense it a little more?
It depends.
Maybe. Yeah.
I've been at this long enough. I can tell when an interview is gonna, is really.
Yeah. By the way, I liked your Tom. I don't know if I told you about this. I really liked your Tom Green interview.
Oh, thank you.
A while back, I thought that was funny. I thought that was good.
I'm gonna go talk to who's the guy coming? Brad Williams. I'm gonna go talk to him tomorrow.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That could be really, really super interesting.
Well, see.
I'll
make sure I give him 2 minutes.
That's great. Give him 2. Or say we're gonna do this interview based on height.
That's right. No. Honestly, that's one thing I'm going to ask him about. I'm going to ask him about some of his material because he's pretty self-deprecating.
Yeah.
About his height and stuff like that. I'm going to ask him if like advocacy groups throw shade on him for joking about his height.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. All right, looking forward to that. Sports, Michigan State hammered Northwestern 81-55. They're now 3-0 in Big Ten play. Second-ranked Michigan takes on Penn State. They look to stay undefeated at Chrysler later on tonight. That's sports.
Michigan. That's the U of M.
Have
you checked your Facebook page yet today?
No, I have not. Why?
Ordered you a little present. You better go look.
Okay. I'll get right on that.
You should. You're going to love it. It's going to be the best gift ever.
If it's a Michigan jersey, I'm not. No.
10 times better than a Michigan jersey.
Okay.
Go check it out.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Bye.